John 4 communicates spiritual truth that we are born from above, that we are of God, and we are supernatural. 1 John 4:4. You are of God, little children. You have overcome them. The them he's talking about is deceitful spirits. If we go to the beginning of that chapter, let's go to the beginning, chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, do not believe every spirit. Do not believe every spirit. Just because it's a spirit doesn't mean you are to entrust yourself because you want a spiritual experience. Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits, whether they are of God, whether the communication that proceeds out of that spiritual entity is the word of God. Because many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God. Every spirit that communicates that the Word became flesh, that this Word became flesh, is of God. Not whether Jesus walked the earth. It's very significant. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God. And really that is the confession that we make to be born again, so we too be of God. Jesus Christ, the Word, the Son of the living God, came into the world to save the world. He became flesh so I can live eternally forever with God. This is the confession that we are after. The confession of faith, of His Lordship, of His dominion over everything of the lower realm. That He, the Word, came and walked earth as divine representation of the Father in flesh. Every spirit does not confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard was coming, and now it's already in the world. And so here's the context of verse 4. You are of God, little children, and have overcome them. Everything false, every error, every wrong teaching, you've overcome them. Because He who is in you, the one that lives in you, because you're of God, you're of Him now, and He lives in you. He who is in you is greater. The Most High God is greater in you than he who's in the world, the fallen one, Satan. And this reality, I am of God. I am born again. I am born from above. God lives in me is what enables us to walk as sons of God the same way as Jesus walked earth, where the Word has taken on flesh in my life. So I will not be rejected by turning to foolish teachings and foolish doctrines and foolish understandings that are false, lies, error. He who is in you is greater than he who's in the world. Verse 5, they are of the world, therefore they speak as of the world, and the world hears them, inferring that you and I are not of the world. We are not of the world, but we are of God. Verse 6, we are of God. He who knows God hears us. He who is not of God does not hear us. By this we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. By this we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. The Spirit of truth communicates the word of truth. The spirit of error twists it and makes it worldly, so it be heard by the world. Be understood by the world. But here the measure is not that we be understood by the world, but that we speak truth at all times.